All right, let's break the internet again. So I've got Vancouver and Calgary. I don't even think I've worn this shirt in any of my videos. I realize that. This is actually one of my favorite jerseys, and it's strange because the sea is black. And I liked it when it first came out, and I realize now that I like the white better. Like my Atlanta jersey, I like better than this. But I still like this a lot, even though they're not the only team in Canada and they're not the only team in Alberta. So it's kind of a weird jersey, but I like the tie-up. The tie-up's nice in the front. It's sharp. And I figured if I want to talk about teams I don't like today, and yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm talking about teams I don't like today. I might as well wear a jersey of a team that I would cheer for against any of the three. Keep that in mind. We're starting with the Kings. The Los Angeles Kings. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Um, I look at the Kings right now and I say, this team really needs a shakeup, a major one. They had some minor moves made this season, this offseason, but they need a major shakeup. Um, their first line, I have Pearson, Kopitar, Toffoli, or Toffoli. I know it's likely going to be Carter with those two guys. Second line, I've got Gaborik, Carter, and Purcell. Gaborik is no longer a top six forward in the NHL. He's done. Third line, I have King, Shore, and Dustin Brown. I am shocked Dustin Brown is still a King. They took the captaincy away from him. If you're going to take the captaincy away from a guy, you should either trade him or do something to show you still have faith in him, like San Jose did with Thornton. But Brown is still a King, and he's still not captain. Fourth line, I have Clifford, Andreoff, and Lewis. And I have Jordan Nolan and Adrian Kempe as the extras. But Kempe, I'll agree, is a wild card here. If Kempe can have a really good camp, Brown should be gone. Brown should really be gone. Because he's a mere shadow of the player he was 5 years ago. 4 years ago, even. On the blue line, I have Doughty and Muzzin, of course. I have Martinez and McNabb. And then there's this steep drop-off. Scuderi's good. Gilbert's part of that drop-off. Hey, no fighting. Come here. Stop beating up your sister, Shadow. Stop it. And then the drop-off continues when you look at the extras being Matt Green and Zach Trotman. Zach Trotman I will not miss in a Boston jersey. And I'm baffled and bewildered that the Kings have him. This is a blue line that needs help. I don't know that the top four. I mean, Doughty and Muzzin are full value. Martinez is good. McNabb, I'm not sold on particularly, but whatever. He's just a late bloomer, I guess. And while Scuderi was great for Pittsburgh, don't get me wrong, Scuderi was great for Pittsburgh. In the end, he's expendable for Pittsburgh. And I really don't know that with him and Gilbert. And Gilbert, I've not been a fan of Tom Gilbert for a long time. He bounces around. Maybe he'll be a good number 6 for them, but this is where I'd like to see somebody else come in. And in net, Quick and Zatkoff. Zatkoff surprised me too that they went out and picked him up, but they needed a backup, and hopefully Quick can play 60 games plus. If Quick can get his game back, this is a team that finishes likely in the top third of the league. But otherwise, if Zatkoff has to play more because Quick isn't on his game, then Jonathan Quick, I don't know what you do with Jonathan Quick at that point. Do you trade him? Can you trade him? Is it unthinkable to trade Jonathan Quick if he has 2 bad years in a row? How long can you afford to have him playing poorly? It's a tough call. But the Kings are a team I'm looking at, and I say, okay, the Flames are on their way up. These guys are on their way up. Anaheim probably stays up at or near the top of the division. San Jose is not going to fall. So who's most likely to fall? And that'd be the Kings. So I don't know. It's it's not a great lineup. It's not, and I'm really surprised at that because going into the playoffs, I was saying, well, I like the Kings over the Penguins in the final. I wasn't even paying attention to who was on the team. I wasn't even paying attention to the roster, so it's just going, well, based on the past, I'm going to go with the Kings, which is what Hockey News does. Hockey News, when they're predicting who's going to win the Stanley Cup, they either go with who won it last year, or they go off the board with some wild, crazy Ottawa Senators prediction. You'd be surprised how many hockey magazines I have in this living room that predict the Senators are going to win the Cup. And there are magazines that predict the Canucks are going to win the Cup, and it's sad looking back. But I can't see myself predicting the Kings this year going into the playoffs because I don't see them making it. This is a lineup that badly needs some major turnover, and they desperately need some major turnover, like now. Like it's, and I'm not sure where you start, but I think the blue line's a good place to start. So we'll see what they do. I could be wrong. It's happened before. But that's my take on the Los Angeles Kings.